Los Angeles Lakers head coach J.J. Redick entered the season with a bold projection. That guard, Austin Reaves, was ready to take a major leap and establish himself as one of the franchise's foundational players. A few weeks into the campaign, the evidence overwhelmingly supports Redick's vision. Reaves has opened the year performing at a level that places him among the league's most productive guards. Entering Wednesday's matchup, he's averaging 30.3 points, 9 assists, 5.1 rebounds, and 1.5 steals, numbers that reflect a player in complete command of his role. He's producing efficiently as well, shooting 48% from the field and 32.4% from deep, even after missing a week with a groin injury. What makes Reaves' surge even more significant is the context surrounding it. Both Luka Doncic and LeBron James, now age 40, have missed portions of the early schedule, forcing the Lakers to rely heavily on Reaves as a primary initiator, scorer, and stabilizer. Instead of buckling under the increased responsibility, he has thrived, often dictating the tempo and providing the offensive spark needed to keep Los Angeles competitive. Redick deserves credit for the structure he has built around Reaves. The coaching staff has emphasized actions that keep the ball in his hands, whether in high pick and roll, isolation sets, or two-man actions with Doncic. The Reaves-Doncic partnership in particular has revealed strong chemistry, with both players showing an ability to read each other, manipulate defenses, and create mismatches. Redick's offensive approach has allowed Reaves to maximize his strengths and showcase new layers of his game. Now in his 5th season, Reaves has expanded nearly every skill area. He rebounds with physicality, consistently outworking larger players for loose balls. His drives to the rim demonstrate patience and poise, using body control to finish through contact. Perhaps the most notable improvement, however, is his ball handling. He's creating separation more reliably, navigating tight defenses, and setting up teammates with sharper decision-making. Added responsibilities this season marked a turning point for Reaves, not just on the floor, but in the team's internal hierarchy. The Lakers moved him into a leadership role, signaling that he is no longer just a complementary piece, but one of the central figures shaping the team's identity. Redick explained to ESPN's Dave McMenamin that he challenged Reaves to embrace ownership of the team's direction. Redick emphasized that this group wasn't only LeBron's team or Doncic's team, it was Reaves' team as well. The message was clear. The days of viewing himself as an undrafted project were over. It was time to act like one of the franchise's pillars. According to Redick, Reaves possesses natural leadership qualities, a steady demeanor, a competitive edge, and the respect of the locker room. What he needed was to lean into those traits consistently. Redick told him directly that there were no more excuses, no more hiding, and no more deferring simply because of his path into the league. Reaves, by all accounts, has embraced the challenge. Reaves echoed this sentiment when describing his conversations with Redick. The coach pushed him to take control, to speak up, and to assert himself not just in moments of pressure, but throughout the daily fabric of team life. Redick repeatedly reminded him that his teammates trusted him, a message Reaves joked about, but one that clearly affected him. For Reaves, stepping into leadership has required both confidence and intention, and he has handled the transition with poise. This evolution in role and mentality has been evident on the floor. Reaves communicates more actively during defensive possessions, directs traffic in the half court, and takes charge in late game situations, responsibilities typically reserved for a franchise's top players. His impact now extends beyond scoring and playmaking. He's shaping the Lakers' identity. If Reaves sustains this pace, he will position himself for a significant contract leap in the near future. His production, leadership, and ability to elevate the team in the absence of other stars give the Lakers every reason to consider him a long-term foundational piece. And for a franchise known for star power and championship aspirations, keeping a homegrown standout of Reaves' caliber will be a priority. One thing is increasingly clear: J.J. Redick didn't just predict a breakout season. He may have identified the emergence of the Lakers' next franchise cornerstone. A doctor is offering a stark and unfiltered assessment of LeBron James' ongoing sciatica battle and what it truly means for the Los Angeles Lakers as they navigate the early stretch of the 2025-26 season. For the first time in his historic career, LeBron did not start the season on the court. No dramatic warm-up, no signature opening night moment. Instead, the 21-time All-NBA forward has spent the first month of the season watching from the sideline, still unable to suit up because of a persistent, radiating nerve issue that originated in his lower back and has traveled down his right side. This was never part of the plan. Early projections had him returning by now, easing back into action and helping guide a roster filled with new faces, but the injury has lingered, stubbornly resisting the timeline doctors had initially mapped out. And yet, despite his absence, the Lakers haven't collapsed. Far from it, they've thrived. Los Angeles jumped out to an impressive 8-3 start, playing with pace, cohesion, and confidence behind Luka Doncic's MVP caliber command of the offense. Austin Reaves is producing at the level of a rising all-star, showcasing efficiency, poise, and a level of assertiveness that continues to surprise even his biggest supporters. New acquisitions DeAndre Ayton, Jake LaRavia, and Marcus Smart have blended seamlessly into JJ Redick's system, giving Los Angeles depth and versatility on both ends. With the team playing this well, the LeBron storyline becomes even more complex. The Lakers appear competitive with him, and competitive without him. Now 40 years old and on an expiring $52.6 million contract, James is navigating a delicate phase of his career. Still iconic, still impactful, but now sharing a roster with players who are emerging in their own right. Reaves' rapid ascent raises questions about how the franchise will prioritize its resources when free agency arrives next summer. For the first time since joining the Lakers, James' long-term position with the team isn't guaranteed. But even with all the uncertainty, James is pushing hard to return. ESPN's Shams Charania reported that LeBron completed his first full practice of the season, including 5-on-5 scrimmage action, marking the most significant step in his recovery so far. While the Lakers continue their road trip, James has been working with the South Bay Lakers, the franchise's G League affiliate, to get live reps and regain game rhythm. According to Charania, sources described LeBron as moving well, feeling strong, and showing no visible signs of nerve-related complications. Internally, the belief is that James could make his return sometime between the middle and end of the month, though that window depends heavily on how his body responds in the coming days. To better understand the nature of the injury and its implications, Lakers on SI reached out to Dr. Todd Albert, a veteran spine surgeon with more than 30 years in the field. Dr. Albert explains that sciatica isn't simply back pain, it's a nerve issue, one that often originates from a herniated or bulging disc pressing on the sciatic nerve roots, specifically L4, L5, and S1. Those nerves exit the spine, travel through the pelvis, and control major muscle groups in the leg. When irritated, the resulting pain can travel from the lower back, through the glutes, and down the leg, sometimes all the way to the foot. This kind of pain can be sharp, electric, or burning. It can appear suddenly or persist for months. And for high-level athletes, it can be debilitating because it disrupts the kinetic chain of the entire lower body. Unfortunately for James, this condition often peaks around his age range. Dr. Albert notes that 40 is the median age for lumbar disc herniations. Genetics, not physical conditioning, is the primary driver, meaning even the world's most durable athletes are not immune. Studies show that roughly 1/3 of healthy, pain-free 40-year-olds have bulging discs without realizing it. For James, the key is determining how much nerve irritation remains and whether any weakness has developed in the leg. Even minor strength loss can throw off balance, mechanics, and explosiveness, all crucial for a player with his style of play. Dr. Albert outlined the likely pathway the Lakers medical staff is following: pool therapy, jogging without pain, controlled on-court movement, progressive running, and finally full basketball activity. Each stage must be completed without flare-ups. Any hint of nerve regression could delay the process. The biggest risk isn't necessarily re-injuring the disc, it's sustaining a secondary injury because the body is compensating. When a player can't fully trust a leg, ankle sprains, hamstring pulls, or even knee issues can emerge. In basketball, where every possession requires sudden stops, quick elevation, and rapid directional changes, even 5% loss of strength can be the difference between elite play and physical vulnerability. This is the reality LeBron James is facing, a body that has already logged more than 65,000 2,000 combined regular season and playoff minutes, the most in NBA history, and is now dealing with an age-related condition that doesn't care about accolades, longevity, or basketball IQ. But James is pushing forward, determined to return, determined to help a team that has shown both resilience without him and enormous potential with him. The next few weeks will reveal everything. Now, whether his recovery stabilizes, whether his body responds the way the Lakers hope, and whether the franchise must rethink how it integrates a 40-year-old superstar into a roster that is rapidly evolving. For now, LeBron is trending upward, but the journey back is far from over, and the Lakers' future may hinge on how his body responds from here. The defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder made that clear when they handed the Lakers a stunning 29-point loss on Wednesday night. It was the kind of defeat that forces a team to evaluate itself honestly and ask, how far can this roster truly go as currently constructed? That question brings Sacramento Kings star Domantas Sabonis into focus. The 29-year-old all-star caliber big man is once again producing at his usual level, 15.3 points, 12.3 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game. His versatility, toughness, and playmaking ability have made him the centerpiece of Sacramento's system. But according to The Athletic's Sam Amick, the league is beginning to circle around him. Speaking on the Carmichael David Show with Jason Ross, Amick revealed that several teams have already begun showing interest in acquiring the Kings franchise big man. In his words, there are at least a few teams that have raised their hand and said, yeah, he's somebody we'd want to talk about. That kind of reporting doesn't surface without real movement behind the scenes. For the Lakers, this is a situation that simply cannot be ignored. Sabonis provides two crucial elements this roster currently lacks: improved spacing on the offensive end and a dominant presence on the glass. These deficiencies continue to haunt Los Angeles during high-stakes matchups, and Wednesday's blowout loss made both issues impossible to deny. The Lakers enter the week ranked third worst in the NBA in rebounding, averaging just 40.3 boards per game. Sabonis is one of the league's most effective rebounders, and his impact would be felt immediately. He doesn't just grab rebounds, he controls possessions, extends plays, and initiates transition opportunities. Los Angeles acquired DeAndre Ayton during the offseason, and the former #1 overall pick has delivered one of the most mature stretches of his career so far. With averages of 15.5 points and 7.5 rebounds, Ayton has responded well to Redick's system and has provided needed frontline stability. But even with his improvement, the Lakers still lack the depth and interior presence that define true contenders. It's an issue that has persisted for years, especially in matchups against physically dominant front courts. This is where Sabonis becomes far more than a supplemental piece. He is a fundamentally different type of big man, more instinctive, more aware, and more consistent in his overall impact. He reads defenses at a high level, understands spacing, and can function as a secondary facilitator, something the Lakers have sorely missed with LeBron sidelined. Adding Sabonis would also give Los Angeles the tactical option to run dual big lineups without sacrificing offensive cohesion. Of course, Sabonis has limitations. His rim protection remains a concern, and he is scoring fewer points than last season, but even with those weaknesses, he represents a significant upgrade over the Lakers' current options. And in a league defined by playoff matchups and small margins, a player like Sabonis can shift an entire series. The financial challenge is real. The Lakers are operating close to the cap, and securing a long-term extension for Austin Reaves before he reaches free agency next summer remains a major priority. But Los Angeles has a front office known for creativity when the right opportunity presents itself, and the possibility of pairing Sabonis with a healthy LeBron James and a roster developing under JJ Redick may justify the difficult decisions required to make such a deal work. If the Lakers can assemble a trade package that satisfies Sacramento without dismantling their core, Sabonis could reshape the Western Conference race entirely. Instead of watching Oklahoma City pursue another championship, Los Angeles would be positioned to challenge them directly. Ultimately, this isn't just about acquiring another talented big man. It is about maximizing the final years of LeBron's career, strengthening the foundation of a team that still believes it can win now, and investing in a player who fits both immediate goals and long-term vision. And if Domantas Sabonis truly becomes available, the Lakers must be prepared to move aggressively.